So, this is the afternoon. Been to see JP, and he suggested we warm this up and nip this. And I said, you realise we can't buy another one? And he said, oops, maybe not. So, what we thought of thrashed out of a rough idea was this. Sorry about that. I've got here an exhaust pipe expander. I'm going to expand that joint, the exhaust joint where it clamps onto that pipe, so it's not round again. Alright, so I can use this, and the idea is there's a little taper here that opens this up and expands the pipe. Then I shall cut 4 little notches in the pipe at the top, because it'll give it chance to, when we put a clamp round, it'll give it chance to pull in and adjust to that shape a little bit. If it's just a solid tube, we will get nowhere. And as you probably saw there, I've picked one of these. It's what was it called? Michelor. Now this is a type of clamp it should have. Now it's not really an exhaust clamp, but it'll do quite well, and it's nice and strong. And that should take the shape of the pipe, if you see what I mean. It's not far off, is it? This is, how many millimetres is this one? Made in Spain. I didn't think made anything in Spain. This is 59 to 63. Not bad, eh? So that's going to be good. So we can put the pipe on, clamp that up. But before we put this into the pipe, I'm going to put some exhaust putty, this stuff, inside the exhaust pipe, so that when we clinch this up, it's going to squidge out everywhere, and then we're going to warm it up with a torch and leave it. Now, it's going to be extremely difficult to film, but I'll try and do something, you know, in different stages. Oh, it's me water. Thought it was me. Right, back soon. Right, here we go. So we've got stage 1 done. There's the exhaust pipe expander. I've just taken it out over there. Here's the pipe. I'll not put it in properly, but you can see now. Can you see that? That's where that lives, down there. Where are we now? There. Now you can see the pipe drops into there quite nicely now. See? That's going to be good. So the next stage, I'm going to bolt that onto there, but before we do that, I'm going to put 4 little slits in here, so that when this pipe nips up, it's going to nip up, and there'll be a little bit of a space to move, but because we're tightening up all the way around this now, it should clinch quite tight. Right, I'm not sure you can see, I couldn't get in very well to cut it with a saw. I've got 4 cuts in it. That just looks a little bit of an angle, but it doesn't really matter, you won't see anything. So the next thing is, we're going to put that mounting piece of piece of exhaust onto there. We're going to use a bit of exhaust putty around the face, and these are the bolts we have to use. These are like what they call furnace nuts, I think. You can see they're clinched in at the top. They don't need any nylon. They'll be absolutely fine. So then we should be able to get this all boxed up very quickly. I'm glad I drilled out those holes there. They were pretty rusted up. But apart from that, I think it's going to go good. Let's see in a minute. There. That looks a lot better. I put a coat of exhaust sealer on both sides, inside the pipe and on the outside of the pipe, the cast iron. I got that bolted up. Now, what you can't see underneath is I've got the exhaust supported by a block of wood on the trolley jack, just to push it up there. So the next thing I've got to do is slacken off the flange joint between the front pipe and the middle pipe, for the simple reason there was an awful lot of downward force on that, which wasn't helping. It should be as free as possible. So what I'm going to do now is free off the joint and then tighten it up again, but when it's on the lift we'll have to try and get that clamp sorted out. I ain't going to do it today, I'm sick of it. So let me get that done and then we'll do another smoke test. There we go. Lovely. not a bit of smoke. Lovely. Arsenal. Now the next thing I've got to do is put this plastic bung in the servo in the tower because it's missing. There's one in this side. Doesn't mean there's not one in that side either. I'll have to try and find two. But I'll turn this off. One thing that you do when you do exhaust paste is leave it. Don't sort of go around vibrating, you know, bouncing up and down and things like that in your truck. Just leave it, let it warm up gradually, then it expands. I wonder if we could do an experiment to show you how it expands. Well, let me think of something. Right, here it goes again because I didn't have the bloody camera switched on. I'm going to put a little bit of putty on here. Ah, pity that because it was really good. Bloody camera switched on. Ah. Yeah, a little white wee worm out there, like that, look. Get off my finger. Don't get this stuff in your eyes. It's caustic. Right, so I'm heating it up. Can you see it getting bigger? So she got bigger, but maybe in the inside it's not quite dry. Yeah, it's still a bit grey on the inside. You see, that's why you have to do it progressively. You get it? Wow, zoom out. I hope you like that. That was a good way of fixing an exhaust. It's kind of cheap really as well. It only cost like $10 for that clamp. Oh, Michelle, if you're looking, it was $100. And no, that's I think that's done. Like I say, it's most important to put the bracket on the bottom, and I'm going to suggest he finds the proper bracket, not that little L-shaped one, because maybe when we get under the car, when we do the tank, I'll show you the bracket that they've put on and it's just like a little L. Well, that's no good. It's going to allow the pipe to drop. It wants to support both sides, if you see what I mean, not just on one. It's really important, and it's just, I mean, I can't understand why they couldn't just put a flange on. It would have been so much simpler. But it's Land Rover, isn't it? Right, don't be like that. Fix your 200 TDI. We don't get too many 200 TDI, so it's a bit of a surprise, isn't it? See ya.